morning and welcome. So let's focus on enforcement matters and let's see what happened there. So in the case of Johanna Katarina Jansen van Rensburg versus Rinus Comfer Brokers, the tribunal has set aside the Advisors Debarment. Now, why am I honing in on this one? She was dismissed for dishonesty at her employer, but unfortunately Comfer did not follow the process and the procedures as outlined in legislation for the Section 14 debarment. So what had happened by the time it got to the tribunal, they also said we are dismissing the case and we are setting the debarment aside. And that's very sad because here's a person who was asked to leave an FSP or a financial institution because of her dishonesty. But because they didn't follow the Section 14 process, the debarment was set aside. So I think this is a clear indication. If you are working with debarments, do not get confused between the different processes, because it is different when you dismiss somebody and when you then work with a debarment, and it's actually regulated by different pieces of regulation. So let's learn a lesson from there. Follow your process when you debar. Then a press release from the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. So the FSCA has published the names of at least 5,800 employers who are in arrears with the retirement fund contributions, and this is very sad. It is a clear breach of Section 13A of the Pension Funds Act. The arrears now total more than 7.2 billion, with nearly 3 billion owed in late payment interest and alone. So the bulk of the non-compliance stems from two of the country's largest retirement funds, which is the auto workers and the motor industry provident funds, which together account for more than half of the listed employers. The FSCA has warned that this marks a 50% increase in non-compliance since December 2023. However, there are some improvements. A data cleansing exercise by the private security sector provident fund has corrected hundreds of errors in earlier reports. For employers of funds, the lesson is clear. Timely and accurate payments of contributions is not optional. Delays not only attract heavy interest, but also put workers' retirement savings at risk, and now reputational damage through public naming as well. Reflecting on the list myself, the majority of the non-compliant employers indeed comes from the automotive sector, and it includes panel beaters, auto body shops and repair centers, and then unfortunately also followed by the beauty industry, such as hairdressers and salons. And I also saw quite a number of municipalities on there. So that is quite sad. So the full list is actually on the FSCA's website. Then breaking news. The OMNI Conduct of Business Reporting, otherwise known as the CBR, there's some news there. The FSCA has confirmed that the OMNI CBR is being replaced and renamed with, and it's also now known as the OMNI Risk Return, which will come out for public comment on 30 September. So the FSCA on Tuesday met with professional bodies and associations to inform us that name change is there, OMNI Risk Return, and they took us high level through what the OMNI RR will look like, and that it's indeed coming out for public comment on the 30th of September, which is Tuesday. They couldn't tell us exactly which time, but remember there's 24 hours in a day. So please, when that comes out, FPI will share it immediately with FPI members, and remember to give your comments to us or directly to the FSCA should you choose, because if we don't give feedback now, it will come into place without your feedback. Now, it looks quite different to the previous one because it's based on the FSCA's IRS, which is not your Internal Revenue Services, but it is actually the Integrated Regulatory Solution. That's what it stands for. So it's based on IRS. Then something for people who's in Johannesburg. I found that quite interesting. And because of the headline, I thought, what is this all about? So the story is Helen Zille is the DA's mayoral candidate for the city of Johannesburg. So Zille searched for a mayoral candidate before deciding to actually throw her own hat into the ring because she couldn't find a suitable candidate. So if elected, she will be the first person in the country to be the mayor of two big metropolitan municipalities. So let's see, maybe she's coming to Joburg. Then just for fun, have you ever wondered what's the top 5 things, or noticed what the top 5 things is what people do in their cars? So yeah, this is no surprises here. 48% talk to themselves. Guilty. 35% sing in karaoke style. Guilty. 28% snack. Guilty. 13% take naps, not guilty, and hopefully they don't take naps while they're driving. A small percent, which is 4%, apply makeup while they're driving, with 47 individuals actually reporting that they gave birth in their cars. So cars are more than transport, they're private stages for all your life's moments. Then in closing, from the Financial Planning Institute, a quick reminder that registration for the last Capstone Course and exam closes on the 10th of October. And don't forget, registrations for the FPI convention are still open. The in-person seats are going very fast. There's only about 80 left, 80, so ensure your spot today. And if you missed it, the in-person one, you can still register online. There's no limit on online because online is in the cyberspace and it doesn't have any venue restrictions. But for that, remember to stay informed, stay compliant, and stay connected with the FPI. Goodbye.